All right, if you watched the last video, I was putting different tires on the 950. And I said I was going to take these, cut these tires in half, take them over to a buddy for a shooting range. So I got those loaded up to get them out of the driveway because that will make my better half extremely happy. This morning I took the 950 down the driveway, then retightened the wedges. Then I was going to narrow up the front, and it's not a good sign when everything's that rusty. So I thought that maybe this wouldn't be bad, but right now I've got my combination of ATF, acetone filling up and I need to get a couple small bolts, smaller than that diameter, to put through there and put a nut on them and drive this thing around a little and see if I can knock that thing loose, because the 955, I had to pull the whole front end off and send it to a machine shop. It was a nightmare. But moving on from that, we're gonna go here very shortly. The reason I got those loaded up is because those tires go over by where the A4T is, the 70, and Oliver Phil's gonna meet me over there shortly, and we're gonna bring that thing back home. So today's a good day. All right, I got here a little bit before Oliver Phil's gonna show up with the truck, and I'm gonna check fluids and just make sure everything's good. Probably move this down closer to the road where we're going to load it. So everything's looking, hoping all the tires were still inflated. I haven't been over here for a couple weeks. Everything's looking good. So I'm going to check fluids and then see if she'll start without ether today, and she has been, so I'm hoping that that trend continues. Fluids look good, so we'll see what she feels like doing today. Wants to go. There we go. Got good oil pressure. I forgot to turn the fuel on. Much better. I just turned the fuel on. Definitely running better now. It's like, why is it kind of chugging? That would be why. It's a little warm in here today. Well, got her down to the road. Wait for all of her fill to show up and we'll get this thing loaded. Want to do some power washing on this thing. There's a lot of things I want to do on it, but all this scum that's on it I want to try to blast off and just get it cleaned up, and then I can start really addressing things like, I think it's an O-ring in there on both sides that needs fixed, and there's a little bit of a diesel leak up in there. I can go back through, do a complete service, change all the oil, change the filters. I picked up all the filters, everything I need. Yeah, other than that, just clean it up, and then obviously get it in a place where I can work on the brakes and get the brakes working, because the brakes are not working right now. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited. I've been waiting for this day since we got this thing running, and I'm even more glad that I can take it home and we can I can mess with this at home a little bit before I take it over to Eric's to store it for the winter. Just sitting here waiting for all of her fill, and one thing I noticed, you can very faintly see the MM on that cigarette lighter, which is an original cigarette lighter. Pretty cool. I just realized that was on there. So just kind of looking around in here. I'm sure that this is all full of crap up in there. I'm going to definitely going to be power washing the inside of this thing out also when I do the power washing. There's just no way about it. I'm going to have to, this was full of mouse crap and the seat foam from mice, and so I'm going to have to do some cleanup in here. But it'll be home, so I'll be able to do all that. And here's all of our fill and our new tractor hauling trailer. Got it driven on, no brakes. A little interesting, it does hang over because I noticed that the wheels are at the edge of the axle, so I'm gonna have to unfortunately narrow that up. But we're getting ready to hook the truck back up, and then we'll get everything cinched down. Loaded, and now I'm gonna follow Phil back to my place. Feels pretty good seeing it loaded up and moving on down the road. Well, this is a site I thought I would never see when I started collecting Molines. I never thought I'd have an A4T, let alone an A4T 1600, let alone two of them, although one's not here right now. It doesn't have an engine in it, but here it is sitting in the driveway. Got the doors open just to kind of get rid of some of the mouse pee smell. Tomorrow I will power wash it and clean it and kind of start assessing what I need to do to it, but it's a good day. Oliver, Phil, and I test out that new trailer. It worked out real well, and yeah, this is a big win to get this home and hauled nice, and it's going to be a fun project to work our way through it. And see, it doesn't have the rear fenders like the other one. I don't know, it'll be neat to see how this thing looks tomorrow after a good power washing. But it's home, and man, it's a good day. I'm pretty happy, and I can't wait to take you guys along for the ride of working on this and fixing it up. Looks like the air filter door here popped open on the way home. No big deal. Guess you can't see what I'm doing when I don't hold the camera right, but anyway, I will yeah, see the green under the red. I wonder how much of the red's going to come off power washing it tomorrow. Well, we'll find out. All right, so we're getting ready to hose down everything, try to get rid of the mouse smell in here, but I'm going to take out this, I think where the filter is up in the cab. That side came out. I'm going to have to use some channel locks to try to undo this one. I'm a little nervous of what's going to happen when this comes. Oh yeah, that's going to be nasty. I'm going to have to shut this off and use both hands. Yep, that was nasty. Now I got a lap full of mouse poop and whatever else is in that. But all right, got it out. Now I can kind of clean up. There's wasps nests up there, there's mud dauber nests. Clean all that out, and then I'm gonna hose down the inside of here with a combination of Clorox, Simple Green, dish detergent or dishwashing fluid, and some degreaser mixed in. And I'm just gonna kind of hose this out with the hose. I don't want to get anything in here with the pressure washer too much. And then I'm gonna use that same mixture on the outside so that I can try to get this thing cleaned up. And I need to remember to get my 8-foot step ladder out here, because this thing is far too tall for me to stand on the ground and try to mess with this. After grabbing a bunch of stuff out of there, if you can see this mess, seems like it's been used as a mouse nest for a long time. I need to go get a shop vac and shove a shop vac up there and try to get the rest of this out. Also some very large mud dauber nests up in there. I am covered in mouse poop. This is pretty disgusting, actually. All right, at least I can get this cleaned out now so they don't have to mess with it later. Well, I noticed there was a bolt on either side of this, and so I dropped this down, and here's what you can see. And there's a mouse running around in there someplace. Got a heck of a mess in there with a mouse that's probably pretty pissed off that I just disrupted his home. Not that I'm worried about a mouse, but he's gonna come. He's gonna have a long jump when I pull the rest of this out of here. I tried to use the shop vac. The shop vac was plugging up, so even the blower motors are packed full. The other side has some weird crap going on with it, so now I gotta get all this cleaned out. I just hosed out the interior of the cab with my mixture of bleach, Simple Green, Purple Power, dish soap, and then did it with the garden hose. I didn't want to get in there with the power washer, and just blasted out most of the dirt that I could. So now I'm gonna work on the outside, and we'll see how it does taking off all this crap going on the outside. Gotta, like I said, get my 8-foot step ladder out. Gotta get the hot water pressure washer out, and then I'm gonna go to town on this thing. Well, a little over an hour later, and she's a lot cleaner than she was an hour ago. But I don't know if you can see. I should have put a raincoat on and some rain pants. I know better. But I got all the plankton or whatever was growing on the paint. Got all that blown off. The cab, I need to clean the inside of the windshield or the windows now, but she looks a whole lot better. A lot of grease off there in the middle. Hot water pressure washer is the way to go to remove old grease. A lot of the grease off the rear end, not all, because it's really hard to get all of it, but I got a lot of it off the 3-point area. Washed my floor mats so they don't hopefully smell so bad like mouse pee. Again, a lot less grease build up in here. There's still some in there, but it's kind of hard to get down in there. Pressure wash the brakes on both sides real good so that they will be easier, you know, clean to work on. So just a quick walk around. She's a lot cleaner than she was. Now I can kind of see a little better what I have, although I kind of knew what I had. Yeah, I wonder where that mouse is now, because I never saw him jump out. It's a good thing Mrs. Andy Ohio MM didn't know that that mouse was living up there when she was helping me bleed the brakes on this. She would not have been happy, nor did she would have seen the nest that came out of there, nor is she gonna like how I smell like the mouse nest now, because I used air to blow all that out, and pretty sure that I got a little bit of that in my mouth. Yeah, it's pretty disgusting. Those of you that know me are getting a good chuckle out of that. But yes, now one of the reasons for wanting to get this done today is she can sit out here in the sun and bake. It's about 80, October 1st, you know, so it's a bonus day, and just let it dry. And I'm gonna open the doors, let the inside dry, and yep, on to, need to hook the 302 propane up to the bush hog and go bush hogging. I need to go get the Jet 3 out and do a little sickle bar mowing. So no rest for the how's it go, the wicked? Guess that's what we're gonna go with. Something else I should bring up, I decided to do, is I bought 1/2-inch bolts to go through the holes on the front end. I'm going to put the tie rod back on, put the tire back on, keep filling it full of my ATF acetone mixture, and just let it soak, and then I'm going to drive it around. I'll take this side off, also the clamp, and just put 1/2-inch bolts through there, so it'll give it, if it wants to start giving away and loosening up, that'll allow it to do it without twisting too much. So I'm going to take my time doing that. In the meantime, I can pull off the propane tank and do some other things on the 950. So on to putting that to work and making sure that my water pump is good, and a myriad of other jobs I'm going to try to get in. I did earlier today put Thompson's water sealer on both the decks of the trailer, so let that soak in on a nice hot day. All right, back to work. All right, today's the day I bush hog down the sweet corn. This is the best sweet corn I've ever had. First time I've ever tried Roundup Ready sweet corn, and it was definitely paid off. I only had to spray twice, and this is Rupp seeds out of, I think, Wauseon, Ohio, and I had a yield that was, I couldn't give it away fast enough. If I was selling it, I wouldn't have made very much money. But anyway, brought the 302 propane over with the 6-foot bush hog on it. Yes, the PTO is running because on that tractor it runs all the time. I gotta tear into that and figure out why. So we're gonna hop on board, and I'll take you for a ride while we whack down some sweet corn. So this cab filter, I just was looking here, and it's actually got the original Donaldson panel, all the instructions on it, and looks like it was put in April of '70, or that's when it was made. So I'm going to have to see if I can get another one. And I put the bubble nose back on. I probably should paint it, but it's pretty rough and I don't have time to mess with it today. So it's continuing to dry out, and while I was spending my day cleaning up this, Mrs. Handy Ohio NM put some time into cleaning up her ride. So I don't know that we have enough Armor All to do the tires on to make it look like that. But she's got the Jeep all shined up. I think she's pretty proud of inside and out. It's clean, and I think I'm, well, probably not as proud as she is, because this isn't as clean as the Jeep is, but it's got cleaned in and out. Need to do the inside of the windows maybe tonight. And yeah, so I think that's going to be it for this video. There'll be more coming, obviously, because I still got a whole lot more to do on these projects. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. If you got comments, love to hear them, and we'll catch you on the next video.